And so, coming out of practice today, Isaac Okoro met with Chicago Bulls media for the first time, as did Billy Donovan as well. Talked to the media, and it seems like Isaac may already be maybe separating himself here in the small forward battle. Now, Billy Donovan talked about Isaac Okoro and how he's there to help establish a tone and to set an example for the players. He talked glowingly about Isaac Okoro's ability to draw charges, of course, the defensive abilities there, and just the physicality that they alluded to on media day of why the reason they wanted Isaac Okoro to come to this team. And so, here's the thing. We also got a clip of him drawing a charge on a Julian Phillips to Dalen Terry lob, which he's already sacrificing his body. The players all clapped and, came to him when that happened. And, I think that that's indicative of exactly the tone that they want to set. And for what it's worth, Isaac Okoro also, who was interviewed after practice, and he talked about how, like, when you see guys draw charges, you want to draw charges. He said if you see Modest make a play, that makes everybody want to make a play. And so it seems like Okoro has come in here with the right mindset. And he was actually asked about starting, and his thing said, I'm going to do whatever Billy Donovan asked me to do. Whatever I need to do to contribute to this team, I'm going to do that if it's starting, if it's coming off the bench. But the fact that Billy Donovan, after the first practice, talks so much about Isaac and that being the focus of what he could potentially bring to this team, it does give off that maybe he's a little bit ahead of that starting small forward battle. Now, it's the first practice. For all we know that, it could be something that, they wanted to do today to kind of get a feel for him, get him acclimated to the team. And we could hear things over the next couple of practices that Kevin Huerter stood out, that anybody else stood out. So, take that with a grain of salt for right now. But it seems like on the first day of practice for the Chicago Bulls is that Isaac has already made an impression on this team and in the teammates. And that also goes to the fact that they've had the unofficial practices and workouts together over the last, week plus that they've been doing this and working out together. He's been a part of that. So he's gotten over some of that curve there for it. And, the Bulls want to get better defensively, but outside of just defense, they want to get better with the physicality. Isaac has a potential to bring that to this team. Now, it can't just be Isaac Okoro. It has to be what they're doing as a team. You look at, for example, when Alex Caruso was on this team, the Bulls did have a top defense, but it got to that because everybody kind of bought in defensively. This has a team, when you look at Josh Giddey, how he played down the stretch defensively. You have Modest already talking about that he wants to be an all-defensive team type player, right? If you get the players to buy into a culture of all sacrificing and being involved defensively, that's how you grow a team. And that's how you get to the place of your team's able to have a modicum of success defensively. I doubt this Chicago Bulls team is all of a sudden going to go from where they were last year, fluctuating between 22nd and 19th, to a top 10 defense.